Hello, Boxy World. We're going to Boxing Blog Center. Alexander Povetkin has told the unified heavyweight king of the world, Anthony Joshua, to prove that he's the best and that he can't wait to fight Anthony Joshua. That Joshua wouldn't have an easy night with him. It's going to be a war, according to Povetkin. And also, his promoter had some viewers. He said some quite interesting stuff. He said that they're looking to make the fight in Russia. They want to make the fight happen in Russia, in a new stadium. A stadium that has been built for the World Cup tournament. That also, they would like to fight Joshua as well in England or in America. That there are a lot of Russians living in England, that the Russians, we come out and support Povetkin in England as well. So, I think that's quite interesting. Because normally, remember when Povetkin was about to fight Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder lost the pause bail because Deontay Wilder couldn't compete financially with the billionaire promoter. But Rambisky, the promoter of Povetkin, is very confident that the fight will happen in England or in Russia. That wasn't the case when he was about to fight Wilder. So that seemed quite interesting for me. And that means that Rambisky, the billionaire promoter, knows the financial power of Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. So, which is nice. It's good to know. So, let me give my thoughts about the comment made by Povetkin that Joshua should prove that he's the best. I think Joshua has already proven multiple times that he's the best in the division. He is the only unified heavyweight king in a division and has only 21 fights. And in those 21 fights, he fought the likes of Dillian Whyte, whom is now Dillian Whyte, who is now becoming the boogeyman of the heavyweight division, because a lot of people don't want to fight Dillian Whyte now, including Deontay Wilder himself. He ducked Dillian Whyte, even though he was offered $5 million plus. He ducked him, plus US TV as well. So, he also fought Charles Martin. That was for his 16th fight, which is impressive. But Charles Martin is now known as the worst heavyweight champion that has ever lived. But remember, before that fight happened, people were picking Charles Martin to beat Anthony Joshua. They said Joshua is inexperienced. Oh, he's going to fight again. He's going to fight a southpaw. Southpaw are so dangerous. People were backing Charles Martin to win the fight, including Americans themselves. But after Joshua embarrassed Charles Martin, people started calling him a bum. Now Charles Martin is a bum in the eyes of the boxing fans right now. Before he wasn't. And he fought Dominic Brazil, who is a very tough fighter as well. You know, then he fought Eric Molina, who he really embarrassed and destroyed. And he fought Vladimir Klitschko, who for me is one of the greatest heavyweight ever. One of the greatest. He's in my list of heavyweight greats. You know, the guy defended his titles a lot of times and reigned for more than a decade He was undefeated for more than a decade. So you have to give him his props, whether you liked how he fights, whether it was boring to you or not. It doesn't matter. He got a W, and he knocked a lot of people out as well. And then he fought Carlos Takam, who was a very, very grounded guy. So I think Carlos Takam fought Povetkin as well, and he got knocked out by Povetkin. But that was Povetkin in the past who used PEDs. Let's just keep it straight. Povetkin wasn't clean when he fought Klitschko, but he lost the fight anyway. But he wasn't clean. Because if you see how Povetkin fights now and the way he fought a few years back, they are two different fighters. He was really a come forward guy. You know, he used to come forward and throw, exchange, and keep his chin out there. He had no fear. But right now he does have fear because the stuff is no longer available. I mean, he has been caught, right? And then he fought Joseph Parker, who I think has the most solid chin in every division. You understand? He fought Joseph Parker and beat Parker easy. Won almost all the rounds, even though the fight wasn't really that entertaining for a lot of people. But for me as a boxing fan, I understood, but I just wanted to see more. But the referee didn't let us see more. You know, he kept it boxing. He didn't want him to trade, and that made the fight, a little bit dull. But Joshua won almost all the rounds, either way. So, how do you expect the guy to prove he's the best if he has already beat the guy that beat you? And I don't understand it, but I think Povetkin wants a crack with AJ. He wants to test AJ. He wants to test his chin. He wants to test AJ's power. But believe me, AJ eats harder than Vladimir Klitschko. And also, he hits way harder than David Price. Yeah, we're going to have to see how that fight plays out. I mean, if the water fight doesn't happen next, I want a water fight to happen because I think this is the right time for AJ to embarrass Water and his fanboys. The right time to show Water some levels, that there's levels in the game. You know, you can't just be windmilling your way up to victory every time. No, sometimes when you get to meet a decent boxer who has a very devastating punch like AJ and a monster physique, a guy you will have to, knock down maybe 100 times to win that fight. You cannot knock AJ down 2 times and you think you win that fight. No, he will rise back and knock you out. Believe me that. So, Bird, the water fight, I'm not positive it will happen now because Water will be fighting Dome Brazil, according to recent rumors, for 1 point something million. I mean, 1 point something million when he had the chance to fight Joshua for 12.5 million. He turned it down. And he also has the chance to fight Dillian White. He turns it down. I don't know. I think Joshua should fight Povetkin next and also beat the brakes out of Povetkin. I want to see that as well. Sorry if you're a Povetkin fan, I'm sorry, but I just don't support drug cheats, I just don't support it. When someone is trying to gain advantage by taking some substance, it's like the intention of is like murdering someone, like using a gun to murder someone who has no gun. Because believe me, steroids or performance-enhancing drugs can be very dangerous. Because the other person becomes like more than a human. So it's very bad. But I would like to see that fight because I want Joshua, like I said before, to punish Povetkin. And I think he will punish Povetkin. Whether it happens in Russia, whether it happens in the USA, whether it happens in England, whether it happens in Nigeria, whether it happens in Ghana, anywhere it happens, Joshua will make Povetkin pay for being a drug shit. That's all I have to say for now, guys. Cheers, everyone. Like the video, share, comment below, and of course, subscribe to the channel.